All right. What is good, YouTube? Your boy Walking Rod. We are back at it with another video. Let's get to it. Today's title, today's topic is why your lust will destroy you. Your lust will get you. Your lust will get you unalive. You know, you can't say a certain word on YouTube. Your lust will get you unalived. And this is going to be a different type of video, guys. I'm going to give you an example through a movie named Scarface. I know all you guys have seen this. So I'm going to just give you an example how your lust will block your vision. Your lust will get you unalived by making bad decisions. Now, we're going to go through a couple of scenes in Scarface, you know, the movie that y'all know Scarface. Scarface with Tony Montana, you know, Scarface. Come on, we all know this. So we're gonna go through a couple of scenes with not Tony, because Tony was standing on business. Tony was a go-getter. He don't take no for an answer. You know, he later, you know, later in the movie he gets unalive due to a lot of things. But I can tell you, lust, and you can argue, but from my perspective, the way I was looking at him, he got unalive more for his greed. And basically, I'm gonna just leave it at that, for greed. I don't think it was really lust, but you can kind of mix in lust with that. But not even talking about Tony. We're not talking about Tony. We're talking about his right hand man, you know, his brother from another mother, his boy, Manny, you know. So we're gonna go through a couple of scenes with Manny and just show you a clear reason why lust will get you, it will destroy you, and it will have you making bad decisions, and it can literally get you unalived. So let's get to it. I'm gonna give y'all some examples. Let's go. All right, guys, pay attention. This is the very first scene. Well, not the very first scene, but just pay attention. Pay attention to what Tony told his boy Manny and the other guy. I forgot his name. Just pay attention.
Money stays in the trunk till I come out. You got it? Me, nobody else. Okay. And not out in 15 minutes, something's wrong. Okay? Room 9.
15 minutes, guys. That's what he said. Room 9. 15 minutes, okay? All right. Now we're going to skip ahead a little bit, so have patience. All right, guys. So we skipped ahead a little bit. Now look, Tony and his boy is in trouble. The guy told him Tony told him 15 minutes, right? Now let's pay attention. I know you guys all seen this. He told him 15 minutes.
It's very important.
Yes, I understand. It's important.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
You forecasted earthquake with 4-point range this morning. We had an earthquake in 3 to 4-point range this morning.
Thank you, sir.
Look at pay attention. Yo, can't make this up. Now look at old boy. Look at old boy, bro. Yo, I don't know. Maybe it ain't been 15 minutes. I don't know the time. But just look where he's focused. Look where his focus is at. This is nothing but lust, guys. This is his lust for so many women, and this is only the first scene. But look, he's over here chatting up with a female while he know he should be on all 10 toes. He should be on just straight alert mode. That's what he should be on. First of all, how did he not pay attention to the guy that came up the stairs behind I forgot his name, you know, the not Tony, but the other guy that was with Tony? How did he not pay attention to see him come up the stairs and come behind him, right? Because he's too busy caught in his lust. He's not on guard. He's not focused, pretty much. He's not focused. He's too busy worrying about females when he's over here in a whole drug deal. This is why lust will destroy you. This is only the first clip, only the first scene I'm going to show you guys. But this is just a startup, just to show you like where his focus is at. See, let's just keep going, and this is what ends up getting the guy that was with Tony. I forget his name. This what gets him unalive, bruh, because this guy right here, that if he would have been on his, if he would have been on guard, if he would have been focused, I just gotta say focus. If he would have been focused, old boy would have never, lost his life. So while he down there chatting it up with a random broad he don't even know, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But you in the middle of a whole drug deal and you worrying about a female. You worrying about chatting up with females while your boy is about to get, come on, bro. Right? So because he's chatting it up with a female outside, this man right here is about to be, he's about to go bye-bye. So that's the first scene. Let's go to the next one. Alright guys, so this is the next scene. So in this scene, Tony and Manny's just, Tony's talking about the girl, whatever. And this is when you can argue the fact that, Tony, at the end of the movie, he got unalive because of his lust. You can kind of put this into it because, like, before he seen that woman, whenever he met, what's his name, Frank, whenever he met Frank and all that, Tony was super focused. He was determined. Tony was a very determined, straightforward, no nonsense, on mission, always on mission, this laser focus on his goals, right? But soon as he seen the, Frank's wife, I forget her name, he just like a little, like his focus, he was still on focus. Don't get it twisted. Tony, he was that guy for real. But when he seen it, you can kind of say his focus slipped a little bit. So this is gonna just be that scene we're gonna be talking about. But this not even about Tony. Just we gotta listen to what Manny's gonna say.
Like you. How do you know?
I know. The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
Were you serious?
Serious. What do you think?
Man, that's the boss's lady, okay?
Now I agree. I do agree with Manny right here saying that's the boss's lady, whatever. I do agree. But for someone that's like Tony, he can sniff out weakness, and he knew that dude was weak. And it is what it is. Frank was type weak, but the way Frank thought, it wasn't a bad way. The way he thought, he said the guys that last long in this game are the guys that, fly straight and they fly under the radar, low key and quiet, which is very true. If you want to last in, the drug game, at least you don't want to be super flashy and all that. And that's very true. But at the same time, in Tony's mind, he's the real alpha. So in his mind, he's like, I can take everything this man has. I'm way more, whatever, way more masculine. I say that I'm way more masculine than this guy. I can take his entire business, run it better. Well, he think he could run it better. And take his wife or whatever. And that's what happens, man. The more masculine guy, if you aren't as masculine, a guy will just come and take your girl. That's just real life. So you can argue both points, but I do kind of agree with Manny a little bit more. But that's not even the point I want to get across. Let's keep watching.
We're gonna get us killed
Fuck
already.
you, man. The bullshit lady. That guy's soft.
He ain't lying.
Look in his face. The booze and the concha, tell him what to do.
Don't fucking go crazy on me, okay? Just remember last year at this time we were in a fucking cage, fool, okay?
You remember.
Now this is what I wanted. This is the point I wanted y'all to see. See, Manny, I do agree a little bit with what he's saying. Remember where you came from type stuff. But I'm more swaying. Well, let's finish. Hold up. My bad.
I like to forget that.
I kind of more lean towards Tony's side because it's like I don't want to be thinking about the past, right? I want to think about the future and the present, right? So, Manny, I get it. He's like, remember that we was just a year ago, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But see, I disagree more with Tony. See, Tony is a very ambitious dude, and Manny's more like a, you know, he's not like, I can't say he's not a leader, but he's more like the laid back, you know, he just want to be the average guy. And this is where I'm trying to draw my point back to lust. Because of his lust and lust for women and just lust for being like a player and just sleeping with so many different women, he doesn't care to be like super ambition and just go and be the boss basically. You know, Tony, he wants to be the boss. Manny, he's okay with being that average guy. And if you want to live that life of being that average guy, you know, I commend you. But if you want to be like that boss, you got to have the mindset of not thinking in that past. And because of Manny's lust, that's why I think he was more on that, you know, he was more just on that, he's just another average guy, you know. But, you know, he could get women because he was charismatic, he had charisma, you know, he's kind of tall and he's good looking, right? So, but, you know, you're not the boss though. And you're not the true alpha, but you know, you can still get females or whatever. Obviously Tony was way more alpha. Well, you can kind of argue, you know, Tony was a little bit emotional, but he had balls, you know. But yeah,
I say be happy with what you got.
You'll be happy.
and that's another point right there. See, Tony is so ambition and he just such a go-getter, nothing gonna stop him. And he's around someone that is not as ambition as him, not as a go-getter as him. You know, Manny gonna put in work. You know, he put in work and stuff like that, but he still is more leaning on, he just wants to be another average guy. And this, like I said, there's nothing wrong. If you want to just be that average guy, you know, go and sleep around with a bunch of chicks, don't be complaining when you're not the boss, bro. Don't be complaining when you're not the head honcho. Don't be complaining. You picked your life, just how Manny picked his life. You know, he picked being lustful and sleeping with a bunch of females and stuff like that. So this was the second scene. I just wanted to break this down a little bit on how your lust will destroy you if you allow it to, and it can get you unalived. So this is the first scene. Let's go to the next one. All right, guys. So this is the next scene where, you know, like again, I'm just gonna keep saying this, why your lust will destroy you and your lust can get you unalive. But mainly I want to stay around the topic of your lust will destroy you when you allow it to, by making bad decisions. So let's just get into the scene. You know, Manny wants so many different women, right?
You want to see something funny? Hey,
Let's pay attention.
over there. You see that man there? Watch that guy.
See, Tony know better.
I gotta watch my friend here. He's gonna stick his tongue out to that girl. Oh, look at that. Hey, yo! You see what happened to him? Hey!
You know, if I wasn't a nice guy, I'd
Come on, she's too big for you. Come on. Come on, throw her like that. Come on.
bitch.
What I try to tell you?
Lesbian.
What I try to tell you? This country, you gotta make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
Now, this is a very good scene right here. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the woman. I would really say first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the respect, and then you get the woman. That's how I would list it. But due to the movie wise, I'll just go in the order that he said. So first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the woman. See, Manny, his lust, he can't control his lust for women. And he know he's good looking, he know he's tall, he know he has charisma, he's charismatic, whatever, right? He know he has all these things to where he can get females, right? But I don't know what that tongue thing was about. I don't know what that was about. He probably could have got her without doing that, just, you know, based off his looks and being he's a good looking guy or whatever. But what I'm saying is, for him to just go up to a random chick that he doesn't know and just sticks his tongue out, just shows you the amount of lust and the amount of not being able to control himself that he has. That's what I'm saying. Like, lust will have you making bad decisions. Lust will literally destroy you if you don't control it, bruh. And it can get you unalived. So this was just a quick scene, not too long. you know. But let me go ahead and give Tony his props. Tony knows better. You know, Tony wouldn't walk up to no chick and stick his tongue out and do all that, because he already knows. Before he can even do that, he needs, well, you don't really need to, but in Tony's mind, you know, he needs to become valuable, or bring, you know, just have that material possessions, I guess, to get women. And you don't really need that, but it's a smarter way to go by it when you're looking at it from Tony's perspective versus, you know, Manny's perspective, you know. But hey, it is what it is. Let's get to the next scene. All right, guys. So now we are at, what scene is it? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is the 4th scene I showed you guys. So this scene is basically Tony visiting his sister and his mother. He give his sister a little bit of cash, whatever, blah 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 blah. That's not really the point of this one. Basically, let's go ahead and watch it through.
You're gonna beat yourself to death at 19? Pussy cat like
Look at this man checking out his own right-hand man, his brother from another mother, checking out his own sister, his youngest sister at that. Just look at the lust. Not even, I ain't even trying to say lust. No, it is lust, because he go after multiple females, so it's not like he has love for her or anything. He probably just finds her attractive, whatever, right? So it's just look at the eyes, man. What Tony said, the eyes never lie, right?
I talk to her.
Okay.
All right? Put that money away. Don't let her see it.
I'll talk to her, okay?
Okay. I'll talk to you.
Okay.
Okay, let go.
She's beautiful. How come you?
Hey! Stay away from her. You hear? She's not for you.
Okay.
All right. So you see how Tony react, right? First of all, Manny already know what type of man Tony is. Tony don't play that. He's a no nonsense type of individual. He don't play. He stand on business, right? Okay. So he checking out his sister. Then he says, man, I didn't know your sister. He probably was going to say, I didn't know your sister was that beautiful or whatever, right? And Tony immediately nipped that in the bud, bro, because he don't play that. You know, he's a protector. So, see, I know Tony and his sister in the movie, they had like a weird little relationship. It was kind of weird. But when you're not looking at how like weird it kind of is, and you just look at it from a surface level, it's really just Tony trying to protect her and keep her away from that life. See, Tony, this is why later in the movie, Tony buys his sister a hair salon, and you know, he wants his sister to stay on that clean, that righteous path. Basically, he don't want his sister to get caught up in, you know, the game that he's in, you know, the drug game or whatever game that he in, the cocaine, whatever, you know. He don't want his sister to get caught up in that, you know. So he's protecting her from that, and that's the way I looked at it. So I respect Tony a lot for that, because this is the same thing I would do. But then, because Manny, because we always got to tie this back to Manny. This is about Manny. It's not about Tony. We always got to tie this back to Manny not having control of his lust, and why your lust can get you unalive. Your lust can destroy you when you allow it and you make bad decisions based off it, right? So Tony just nipped that in the bud. He told you, stay away from her. He told you, she's not for you, out of, you know, him trying to protect his sister from that type of life, right? Manny said okay. He said okay. So it should have been done right there. It shouldn't have been nothing, right? This is the 4th scene. Let's go to the next scene, guys. All right. So this is the next scene, guys. This is when Tony was in the club. He had an assassination attempt on his life. He got shot in his shoulder. And right, like I gotta always say, this is not about Tony. But Tony was in the club. I gotta rewatch the movie. Maybe I could just be pulling this out my tushy, out my behind. But I'm pretty sure Tony was trying to get in contact with Manny. I could be wrong. If I am, just drop it in the comments and say that's not what happened. But even if that's not what happened, let's let's watch the clip. Hey man, that's what happens when you just want to be average, bro. When you lust, straight lust, straight lust. Now look where Manny's at. Now I don't want to knock him, bro. I don't want to be like you can't have fun and stuff like that. You can do what you want, but I'm just rolling it back to lust. I'm just trying to tell y'all that lust will literally destroy you. It can get you unalive. It can make you having bad decisions. Now, I'm pretty sure Tony was trying to get in contact with this man. I'm not sure. I kind of could be wrong there. But either way, look where he's at and look where Tony's at. You would think Manny would have been at the club with Tony, right? You know, Tony's getting shot at. He almost loses his life. And guess where his boy is at? He's in the bed. He's in the bed with another chick or whatever chick she is, right? Whatever, right?
Hello? Hey!
Ooh. I'm gonna have to blur that out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to blur that out. I'm gonna blur it out.
Tony! Okay, just a second. It's Tony.
Mama?
Come on, get your clothes on. And meet me in front of Lopez Morris in 45 minutes.
What are you talking about, man? What happened?
Nothing but girlfriends.
So, I'm just telling you. Just pay attention, bro. And you can see where Manny's mind is at. He a good-looking guy or whatever. He wants to live like that player type life. But it's more like a lust. It's lust. You know, Manny wasn't standing on business. He wasn't super focused like Tony. But let's get to the next scene. I gotta make sure I blur that out too. Now y'all already know I had to put this in there. This is the most legendary. I ain't even gonna. It's just. This is when you know your lust. You literally have no control over it. Y'all know I had to. For the guys, I know pretty much all y'all done seen in this movie. This is a classic. But y'all already know what's gonna happen. But this is when you know you have no control over your lust, and it'll get you unalive. So let's go ahead and watch it. Let me go ahead and throw this in there. Tony was not getting in contact with Manny for some days now. He was worrying about where he was, and then he couldn't get in contact with his sister either. So he just ends up coming to Manny crib, you know, to see what's going on, you know, where he's been, stuff like that, right? So let's watch. You can't make this up. You can't make this up, bro. Are you serious? Look at his face, yo. He pissed. I don't blame him. I'ma bring it all around town like SpongeBob. Bring it around town. This is why your lust will get you unalive. Your lust will get you. It will destroy you, dog. Prime example right here. This man told you to leave his sister alone. She's not for you. Out of wanting to be a big brother or whatever. You know, they had a little weird relationship, but whatever. It was all out of protection of protecting his sister from that life. Just protecting his sister. Just either way, bro. I'm your right hand man. Why are you trying to mess with my sister, let alone my younger sister? And I told you not to mess with her. I'm speaking from a Tony perspective. I told you, leave her alone. She's not for you. I want my sister to stay on a clean path. You know, we don't have no dad, so I'm like the disciplinary. I'm like the disciplined one to discipline her and to make sure she stay on the right path, right? That's how Tony, this is the eyes of Tony, right? This is how Tony is feeling. And yet, he has his lustful right-hand man. Manny is so caught up in his lust that he just says, forget what he talking about. I'm about to go mess with his sister. And you end up getting unalive for it. So was it worth it, dog? How you gonna do that to your right-hand man after he told you? He literally told you, and he stood on business and told you. And you know Tony don't play that. You know Tony a little, you know, he a little crazy, bruh. So how you gonna do that? Now, this is dramatic for the movie. You know, unaliving your man, your right-hand man for that. This is a little dramatic, of course. But what would you guys do? I know what I would have done. I wouldn't have unalived him, but I would have been whooping something, bruh. I ain't lying. I'd have been whooping something. I wouldn't have unalived him, but I would have been whooping something, and that friendship would have been over right there. How you gonna go behind my back after I told you no? There is a million, forget a million. There are 1 billion females in this world, and you choose to try to mess with my little sister. But I'm beating the blood out your nose. And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. The lust will literally get you unalive. The lust will have you making. That was a terrible decision that Manny made. He told you already, dog. Manny, you literally got bodies, and you're in the drug game now. You're not no boss or nothing. You know, you're like a henchman. You know, you put in work and stuff like that. Tony don't want his sister nowhere near that. Even though that's his sister, he don't even want her in that, bro. He bought her a hair salon because she told him that, you know, she had got her hair license or something like that. She went to school for it. So he bought her a hair salon so she, you know, she could be on the right path. And this guy, this lustful guy, Manny, goes and sleeps with his sister. Hey, bro, I can't even be mad at Tony, bro. He already told you. He already told you. And you still went behind his back and slept with his sister. So, hey, bro, it is what it is, bro. I'm just trying to let y'all know that your lust, it will destroy you. And it'll have you making bad decisions. And it can get you unalived. Now, like I said, this is just dramatic for the movie, stuff like that. But stuff like this happens in real life. Stuff like this happens, bro. Dudes are out here getting unalive because of their lust. Dudes are out here destroying themselves, self-destruction, because of they can't control their lust. There are 1 billion and some females, and you decide to mess with crazy Tony Montana. The dude that lets his nuts hang, he don't care. He lets his nuts hang. He gonna say how he feels. Now, Tony, he was like a very masculine guy, but at the same time, he was kind of like emotional a little bit. You know, I'm not gonna say he made the best decision. He was real though. He was definitely real. He didn't lie, but he was a little emotional, and he did kind of make some bad decisions based off his emotions. And you know, he ended up getting unalive because of that. Also, greed. I think greed was the biggest reason why he got unalived. I think if he didn't get greedy, he'd have been in that game a long time, because, you know, he gonna stand on business and he gonna get the job done. But also, you know, his morals, that, you know, he didn't want to blow up the car with the kids in it and stuff like that. But this is not a movie review. I could do a whole nother video on like the actual, you know, just Tony and stuff like that. But this is really for Manny, and why your lust will get you destroyed if you allow it, you know, by making bad decisions, and your lust can get you unalived. So let's go ahead and finish this. And look, he don't feel no way because he told you, dog. And then she gonna be like, they just had got married 3 days ago. How you hold up, let's go.
We got married just yesterday.
Oh, it was yesterday. Oh, my fault.
Surprise you.
How you gonna marry his sister just yesterday? Oh my god, that's nothing but lust, dog. That's nothing but lust. How you get married yet? Yo, dude told you, and I ain't got nothing to say, man. He told you, and you still went behind his back and did it, man. I ain't gonna say you deserve to get on the live for that, but it's some consequences, and you cannot see when you do things. When you do things like actions and stuff, and there's consequences behind those actions, you can't control how someone's gonna react. Like maybe he ain't think Tony would, do that. Maybe he thought Tony would be pissed, maybe try to beat him up or whatever. He ain't think Tony would, unalive him, because it was another scene that I did not put in here. I should have, but it was when Manny was driving Tony's sister home, and she was saying how, oh, what, you scared of Tony or something like that? Why don't you take me out, stuff like that? And he said he's not scared of nobody, whatever. Maybe that's what played into him messing with his sister, because he's trying to be like he's not scared or whatever. But that was a dumb decision. That was all lust. Another bad decision, by the way. Another bad decision. And he probably just thought Tony wouldn't unalive him or whatever. He probably thought Tony would let it slide, and he would just be mad or whatever. Hey, you got unalive messing with his sister, bro. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys learned something from this. Your lust will destroy you if you allow it by making bad decisions, and your lust can get you unalived by being in bad situations. This was a bad situation. This man Manny made bad decisions based off his lust. I showed y'all throughout all the things. The first one was being distracted by the females when Tony told you 15 minutes. You shouldn't even have been talking to no females, dog. You should have been focused. Y'all are in the middle of a drug deal. This is serious business. Somebody did get unalive, but somebody can get unalive in these type of situations. So you supposed to be on P's and Q's. You ain't supposed to be talking. Hey, look, I can't even talk to you right now. I'm kind of busy. That's it. That's it. But that lust, bro. Then you got the other scene when that was basically he don't care to be average. He don't care to just sleep with some Johnson, kind of be average. Then you had the next scene when he stick his tongue out at the female. Like this is nothing but lust, dog. This is lust driving him. Then you got the checking out his sister. That's nothing but lust. There's a billion other females you can mess with. Tony already checked you, told you no. Then you in the bed with another chick while Tony over here getting shot up, when you probably should have been at the club with Tony. But hey, I'll give you a pass on that. Because there ain't nothing wrong with messing with a chick or nothing like that. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure Tony was trying to get in contact with him or something like that. But I don't know. I could be wrong right there, and I probably am. And then the last scene. Marrying his sister, sleeping with his sister after he told you no. I'm out of here, guys. Hope y'all enjoy. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Don't end up like Manny. Don't be like Manny. Manny is the prime example not to be like. Be more like Tony, but not as emotional. Tony was the prime example of the masculine, but he was just a little bit too emotional and made bad decisions in his greed. Okay, but yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this. I think I'm gonna do more videos kind of like this, but yeah, just had to switch it up a little bit, give y'all a clear example. But yeah, that's all I got. Been your boy Walking Raw. Until the next one, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.